Hi, everybody. Bill Phillips here. It is Monday, the 8th of July, and this something different about the camera angle. We're gonna have to figure this out. Not sure. Can't I'm over here too much. Not usually getting that well. We're gonna have to change that camera angle. Yeah, we're gonna have to change that. Hopefully, everybody's off to a great start today. It is a good morning indeed. Tracy, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Just realized something. I was wondering because I didn't send them. They decided to go on vacation with a grandmother, but my kids are off and rolling at the beach. So, of course, just to, check about it, because it's one of my favorite things to watch. Shark Week. Yep. Send them to the beach on Shark Week. Little worried. You never know. Hey, it's my man Peyton. My man Peyton. Back ready to go. My man. Karen. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Hopefully everybody had a great. Was this the longest 4th of July holiday where people would say, "Hey, happy 4th of July" or "Happy 4th of July weekend"? It seemed like the longest 4th of July because it was in the middle of the week. Hunter, good morning. Good morning indeed. Good morning. Hopefully everybody had a great. Hopefully everybody had a safe and happy 4th of July. So this is really bugging me. I'm wondering if this is coming from this. I got 2 cameras in here now. We're gonna have to figure this thing out. Anyways, I feel like I'm not looking at you. Do I need to look at this one? Is this how it works? Is this better? Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm going with the other camera. All right. Maybe that's it. Let's see if we can figure this out. We'll go down here. Now, then I'm going to be too tall. All right. So we're just going to keep it here, but we're going to look at this camera because I think that's the one that we're looking at. So, anyways, anyone a big fan of Shark Week? I don't know. Oh, good. I'm glad Karen had a great 4th of July. Marty, congratulations on a good morning wish. Thank you. Congratulations. I don't know where that's coming from. Good morning indeed. So anybody going to the beach, are you one of those people that if you're going to go to the beach, you're not going to necessarily watch Jaws because it's just tempting the fates. Or if you're at the beach, have you ever had this happen when maybe you went on a beach vacation or you were to go swimming in the ocean and it happened to be on Shark Week and you just thought to yourself, "Oh wow, this is something different." So we've got Shark Week and we have all kinds of stuff going on with Shark Week just because it's fun. Marty's taking the mountains over the beach. So the thing we would ask Marty, of course, obviously right away is if you go to the mountains, are you worried about the cocaine bear? Tremendous movie, people. Tremendous movie. I kid you not. It is so silly. It is actually funny. Yeah, there's really no surprises, but it's actually funny. It's actually a pretty funny movie. So, all right. So if he's all right, he's more worried about Bigfoot. He's more worried about Bigfoot. I understand that. And no sharks for me, Karen says. So those are all good things to stay away from. But I just found it interesting because today I looked and I went, when is Shark Week? Because now that my kids are at the beach, and of course it started last night and it'll run through the end of the week on Discovery, I think. I can never remember, but I think it's Discovery. You'll find it. Let's go Shark Week. They do have some interesting things, some interesting statistics that you find out about. So it is on what channel is that on? Yeah, Discovery Channel. So if you're looking for Shark Week, Discovery Channel. If you've watched it for years, some of it does get a bit repetitive sometimes. But there's only so much stuff they can turn around. Hunter's going to the mountains as well. Into Niagara Falls over any vacation destination. I like Niagara. Our Jeff X line just went to Niagara Falls. So that he said he had a wonderful time. He had a wonderful time indeed. So Shark Week, if you want to check that out, big shark movie coming out. Apparently, Lego is doing a Jaws themed Lego production. So that looked interesting. Of course, one of the things that you think about when you get into the ocean, you're at the bottom of the food chain, everybody. So enjoy that. Or hopefully you don't. You don't have to worry about it. May have to make an announcement. Excited about this announcement. Really excited about the association that we have had with Cinna Mindset to Wellness and the Cambridge Co-op, and we will continue that as well. We have an event to talk about that involves Cinna coming up. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But we have a new sponsor coming on board. It is Valley Converting in Toronto, led by Mike Biasi. If you've heard that name before, probably over the weekend, we covered the Biasi-Shuma 5K run walk in Toronto, and he puts that charity event on in honor of his late father and Mike Shuma. And it this year benefited the Heart Association and the United Way of the Upper Ohio Valley. So an opportunity for people to get out and take part and enjoy themselves. And one of the things I have to mention, I have to give my man a shout out. And it is where do we go? We're gonna make sure I have it here. We're gonna make sure I have everything right. Here we go. That is. Hold on a second, everybody. Here we go. Trying to find it. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Things I send to myself. Okay. Did I get it? All right. Well, my man Hunter, he came up to me at, I've got to pay. I'm going to have to get that picture put up either on the X or get it put up. I'll try and get it put up here. But my man Hunter took a picture of my man Hunter, came over to me before the race started, and he said that he watches the 9-Minute Phill-Up quite a bit. And we had talked about getting out there and supporting local community events and supporting people that maybe have heart health or just want to make a donation to help the cause. And Hunter showed up, and not only did he show up, not just to make a donation, he got in there and he was slugging it out. He did the walk of the 5K. And that really touched my heart. That made me feel really good that he would do that off of something that we told him on the 9-Minute Phill-Up. But I can't thank him enough for doing that. That's what we're looking for. That's the things that we're happy and excited to be about. And that is something that Hunter took to heart. And he went out there and got the job done. And it was a warm one out there. So he was picking them up and putting them down. So Hunter, thank you very much. Not only for being a part of the 9-Minute Phill-Up, watching, but taking part in the Biasi-Shuma 5K. So, and again, proud to have Mike and everyone at Valley Converting coming on board. Great business in Toronto. I've used their business in terms of recycling. If you have, I know some people get a little bit nervous about medical records or tax records and all that stuff. Throwing them out in the trash. You can take them up there, it gets thrown in the beater, they call it. Looks like a swimming pool, and it just turns everything into a pulp. And then all of that paper, all of that matter is converted into other materials, cardboard quite a bit. But as Mike likes to say, give a book a new life. So if you're done with the book, everyone's read it and think, what? I got to get some room here. Get rid of some of these books. Well, don't just throw them away. Turn them into something. Turn them into more paper. But anyway, so Valley Converting on board, located in Toronto, Ohio. Can't thank them enough. And one of the things we have to talk about are our former sponsor, Cinna, Mindset to Wellness, and the Cambridge Wellness Co-op. They are hosting along with the Jefferson County Health District, they are hosting the Craig A. Petrella 5K. It's a pump and run. It's coming up this Saturday. It's the pump and run. So if you're not a great runner, you have an opportunity to shave some time off of your time for the race. So maybe you run 3 or a 5K, maybe you run a 5K in 25 minutes. So maybe I'm not exactly sure how the pump and run runs. See, I've never been involved in one before. But apparently if you lift some weights beforehand, do some bench, maybe do some squats. I'm not sure exactly what they're going to have set up, but you do that and then you get some time taken off your run. So you maybe have a better opportunity to win there. So that's something that's very interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing that. But the most important thing about this event that comes up Saturday is the fact that it is going to help provide all the proceeds are going to go towards AEDs, the electrical pads, the equipment that saved Damar Hamlin's life, the Buffalo Bill, who literally had cardiac arrest, died on the field, but the AED saved him. So locally, youth programs around the greater Steubenville area, wherever knowing Ralph, he's going to get them everywhere he can across the Ohio Valley. So they are not inexpensive equipment, but with sponsors' help and with the help of people getting out there and taking part, they are planning on having that, having whatever money they bring in, that's what they're going to take a look at. If you go to my X feed, you can see it. There's a promo. It's the Greg A. Petrella Memorial 5K Pump and Run, and it's the 5K, and it's this Saturday, the 13th. It's Saturday the 13th at 10 a.m. is when it all starts, and it's at Jimwood Park in Steubenville. So get out there if you can. Take part, make a donation. And if you don't want to run, if you don't want to lift, and you just want to make a donation to help, stop by, throw a couple bucks in the can, make a donation, because every dollar is going to help go towards one of those AEDs. And you never know. A lot of times you think, oh, we have them for the kids in case someone will be hitting the chest on a tackle with a baseball, lacrosse ball, whatever it is. But a lot of times those pieces of equipment are used to save someone in the crowd. Maybe grandpa's there watching the game, and all of a sudden he gets in trouble, or grandma or mom or dad or somebody, So those are all there, and now they're available to be used. So we need to help raise some of those funds. So again, if you have the opportunity to do it, greatly appreciate it. And we'll have more on that throughout the week coming up, because it's the next big one. The Biasi Shuma raised over $20,000, I believe over $21,000, more people and more money for the event than they've ever had before. So great stuff going on in the community. Back-to-back weekends. If you're looking to run, get out there and do it. Okay, so Tracy was Niagara Falls vacation destination. Jeff did not see any sharks or bears at Niagara Falls. There's good news for people that have fears of sharks and bears, especially Jaws and the cocaine bear. Tracy, that is why she liked it. Okay. All right. And then Hunter, thank you, sir, for being a great influence. Well, I don't know about all that, but I just, trying to have some fun. And speaking of fun, is there any more fun? I mean, talk about turning on a dime. Now we're talking about, how about this? Before we talk about that, before we talk about the National Day Calendar Day, you've got Raspberry Day. Raspberries are always good. Put them in some ice cream, put them in some milk, cream, whatever. Those are good. And then how about chocolate and almond? So if you like some chocolate with some almond, maybe a Hershey's almond bar, pretty good stuff. Or maybe what is it? Was it Joy? I always forget. It's the Mounds and Almond Joy. I think it's the Almond Joy. I like those. Those are good. I was getting to that. You beat me to it. So those are the two, but this is the one I want to talk about. National Freeze Pop Day. Some people call it Freezer Pop, but that's the national day today. I'll tell you what, a hot day, and it's going to be hot. It's going to be really hot, really, really hot the next week or so. It's going to be in the 90s. It's going to be hot. So you used to go to the training camp, Steelers training camp. They'd have the freeze pops out. Guys would walk around, get some freeze pops middle of the practice and everything. Who didn't love a freeze pop when you're a kid? I mean, come on. It's in the plastic, so you're still going to get the juice all over you. You're going to be an absolute mess. And if you have kids, you know what that is. It's an absolute mess. So you've got the freeze pop, but then, you enjoy it, and it's hot and it's summertime. You don't think about it. You don't think about it the rest of the year. Some people do. Some people like a freeze pop any day. But how about this one? How about this? True story. Marty, I think you'll appreciate this. I think everybody will appreciate this. And I think you may use this idea because it was pretty ingenious. So here we go. Circa, let's see, Ian had just been born, so that would have been 2000. So back in the year 2000, as we like to, we go getting our Wayback Machine. So my neighbor Ted and I, we had Halloween coming up. So we're both we can count we can count the number of kids on the road we live in. And at the time, and our kids were basically born about 6 months apart. So his daughter Emily, my son Ian, they're about 6 months apart. Those were basically the only two kids on the road. There were a few other kids down the street. We figured there was about 10 kids that we would be worried about for Halloween. Had no idea what was coming. No idea what was coming. Our street's a big, wide, long street. And for Halloween, apparently everybody in town drops off at the front, picks up at the back, or vice versa. So everybody's on. I mean, we didn't know what to do. So we're handing out candy. So I said, Teddy, I'm gonna go down to the store. So my house was unmanned because my wife was at work. So I think I must have had somebody watching Ian, or I took him with me. We went down to the store. We got some more candy. So we bought another couple bags. Maybe another 40 pieces of candy. That was wiped out in a hurry. So now Teddy goes, I'm making a move. I said, I'm getting ready to turn out the lights. I have no more candy. I felt awful. It's our first Halloween. So what he did was, let's see. Oh, Karen with great. Raspberry Pi, freezer pops, always handy for kids. Absolutely. That's a great idea. Karen, I like I like what you're thinking about right there. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. So anyways, so we get the Halloween thing. So we get the candy. Now I'm out. I'm out of candy. I've got to turn the lights out. Teddy comes out and he's got a basket of freeze pops. I don't know how many there, maybe 50 freeze pops. I don't know, but none of them were frozen. None of them were frozen. And he literally put a sign on there, take one, leave one for the next person. So he was like, I'm not handing these out. So he just put them on his porch. And within maybe 10 minutes, they were all gone. And the freeze pops saved the day. It's like what I like to think. But somebody had some good freeze pops. But I just remember that turning into a Halloween treat. And I just thought to myself, all right, note to self, we need to get a lot more candy for next year because a lot of people were coming from all over town. So it was funny, though. I looked over, saw those freeze pops, and I thought to myself, wow, wasn't quite what we expected on this first Halloween. But we've gotten better. We have gotten better. But it did work. It did work. Karen, I'm telling you, it worked pretty well. I mean, people were satisfied, and then you turn off the light and you just hope the rest of Halloween goes well for everybody. So, again, we can't thank everyone enough for chiming in and being a part of this assignment for tomorrow. If you have a topic, if you have something you want to talk about, maybe you watch a Shark Week episode tonight, or maybe you see something that gets you interested in talking about it, or you want to post it, please don't hesitate to check on what you want to do, and don't hesitate to post it. I did have one story. I like these stories when stuff like this happens because of, let's see. Okay. Let's see. What was her name? Osborne. Donna Osborne had this in the show today. Just got done beating cancer. Going to go visit her daughter in Florida. And she decides, well, I missed my plane or it was delayed. So she decided to go home, get another flight. So she, on her way home, she decides to stop and get a scratch lottery card. So this was in Pennsylvania, over on the east side of the state. And she just finished her breast cancer treatment stuff, decided to visit her daughter, as I mentioned. So then she decided, I'm going to get a scratch off. So she gets a scratch off. The scratch off, she wins $5 million. $5 million. So she's 75 years old, and she likes to play the lottery. She says her dream vacation would be go to Alaska. I think she could go to Alaska every year for the rest of her life. And apparently she's a great grandmother. And now she's got kids and grandkids and great grandkids to spoil with that $5 million. So that's good stuff. You beat cancer. You're just slugging it out, and you come up a winner, and then a little reward for you, and hopefully she's going to take care of everybody in her family, and then and have some fun with that. So those are always good stories. You always want to see that with somebody that you know, but at the same time, when you hear stories like that, a grandma beats cancer and then wins some money for her family and everything, that's awesome. Marty, she deserves it after all those treatments. Amen. Amen. She deserves it. Absolutely. Absolutely. So we're going to leave it there. Again, cannot thank our new sponsor that is joining us, Valley Converting. Mike Biasi, as I mentioned, just put together the Biasi-Shuma road race. Very involved in the community. And they have a great business there. And we are thrilled to be working with them on the 9-minute Phill-Up. So thank you to Valley Converting. Thank you to Mike. And thank you to everybody here making comments and joining us for the morning. Greatly appreciate it. Can't thank you enough. And we will see you tomorrow. So have a great day. If you do catch some Shark Week, I'll be watching, see what's going on with Shark Week this week. All right. We'll talk to you later, everybody. Have a great day.